Okay. Happy Monday. Getting started here. My name is Andrea Mitchell. We do Monday Masterclass every Monday at noon Central. And one of the things that we do is we just try to kind of figure out what's going on in our company, what's happening in our businesses, what has potential to actually speak into you in your business and what you have going on, and kind of maybe what you need, maybe to fill some gaps, some light bulb moments, all of those things. And so today, well, kind of what we've been doing since convention is really talking about Icon Club. What is it? How do we hit it? We've done some power hours around it. Um, but what I think is really neat, and especially about the conversation we're going to have today, is really are you working your business to maximize the compensation plan? And if you're doing that really well and really smart, then Icon is kind of like comes along with it. It's not I'm chasing after Icon, it's I'm working my business, but Icon's reminding me what that actually means. Just in case you are new to the Icon Club thing, what it is, and right now what all of us are working towards is being a founding member of the Icon Club. So the Icon Club is going to be going for a long time, but if you hit it between the June when it was launched and December 31st, then you're a founding member, which means you get some things kind of like retroactive to your account, which is amazing. There's things like free shipping. There's things like free tickets to things. There's an Icon Club box, which I haven't seen what's in it yet. Has anyone seen what's in it yet? Because they were supposed to reveal to us kind of what's in it. So hopefully when the first couple of people get theirs, we'll get to see what all's in that here in the next couple of weeks. But so there's just some exciting things. It's always fun to have a little carrot dangled in front of you while you're working your business smart ways. So the two things that you have to do to be an icon, and this can happen at any point in this journey. So as soon as you hit these two marker points, then you're officially in the Icon Club. The great thing is it's not a 30-day thing that you have to hit it within. It's not even a 2-month thing. You really have until you hit it essentially. So it's 10 new VIP level ones that are commission qualified, which means they have hit $100 PV in their first month. So you sign up your friend Sally today. Sally gets, Vital Biome to start with. And then 2 weeks later, Sally decides, or before the end of the month, she decides she wants a whole triplex and add that Vital Biome on it. You get credit for all of those things. So that's really exciting. So you want to help them get started with the best package available, the best combos. The second thing is helping Sally start helping people as well. So it's getting 10 new customers, but then helping 2 people hit the rank of senior silver, which is around that 9 to 10 customer mark too. So you're also getting them started with the first checkbox of Icon as well, right? So you've gotten 10 people, and now you really want to get 2 people on your team started by helping them get their 10 people too. Does that make sense? And then as soon as they help 2 people on their team get it, it's that trickle down effect. That is the literal meaning of network marketing. It's true multi-level marketing. And what we do, it is all of the pieces of the direct sales component of helping 10 people get started, but is also building a business. I just want to tell y'all something that really came like full circle for me this week. I have been with Plexus, what year are we in, 2025, for 12 years as a customer, as a user, whatever. And this last 2 weeks, I've been out of pocket. I actually was in Georgia with my kid at a basketball thing. We're about to leave again in 2 weeks for another basketball thing. I mean, I've been in Memphis for basketball. I'm based in Dallas. So we've been gone a lot this summer, more than any other summer ever. And I just want to tell y'all, like, my business continues to pay me week after week, month after month because of what I built 10 years ago. Because of 10 years ago, I have 3 jewel legs that are all working their own businesses. I have multiple other legs. I have a re-entry position. And I'm not saying that me, I'm saying that like all of y'all can have that 10 years from right now when that little one right there is, looking at colleges and stuff, like you have access to going, I can step back, I can do some different things and not leave my business, but step back from my business. And my business still continues to, what I did in 2025 is still paying you in 2035. If that's what we're talking about 10 years from now, right? That's crazy. So I just want to like be really apparent that, or really obvious to you that residual income is really the name of the game. Like the whole goal for each person listening, whether you're listening live right now or you're listening to this in in a YouTube video or whatever, your goal with this should not be to go grab as many customers as possible. Your goal with this is to help 10 people get started, fall in love with the products, decide they want to share, and that all 10 of those people, or 5 of them, or however many, decide to share those with people, and those people decide to share, and they start to build a business that you can go, this leg is in massive momentum, and this leg of business is in massive momentum. And you can literally, it's almost like a franchise. You can pop up as many franchises as you want to, and those franchises can go also pop up different ones, and you get paid on all of them. And in fact, the more people doing more things that you have no touching to, that you aren't actually even involved in their business, that's actual like freedom, because businesses are happening inside your business that you aren't even personally a part of. It's not taking any time out of your day. You're not spending any more time on your day helping those 30 or 40 franchises on your level 4s get launched. And I just say franchise. My husband actually is in a franchise. He is in a laundromat franchise, and it is not work like that. If you're telling me that we could go launch 5 new laundromats and get paid, and then those people would go do the same thing, and that we would only have to work on our one, that would be a game changer. So I just want to give you some perspective on the income part of why we're doing this. Like the overarching reason the company is actually incentivizing us with Icon is because they see so much value in us all launching our businesses really, really well. So I want to hear in the chat, does it feel easier to go get 10 new customers? Or does it feel easier to go help 2 people hit senior silver for the first time, to help 2 people go get their 10 customers? Like, which one feels like, oh, I've got this. I can go get 10 customers tomorrow, or I would rather help 2 people go get their 10 customers and me not have to recruit a single person. Like, because I kind of think you're on one side or the other. I do think most people are going to be on the customer side, which I actually think is so much harder. I actually think going and getting 10 customers is so much harder. I've always felt that way. I'd much rather help 2 people on my team go get their 10 customers and work through their networks than mine. So I do think, like, once you get your 10, or as you're getting your 10, like, keeping the actual helping them get their people is a bigger focus. Okay. So we have a couple of ladies who are I would say working really hard on Icon, but having a really good conversation with April about this. It's really not working on Icon, it's working their businesses, and Icon just happens to be like a huge benefit that's coming along with it, right, Angel? Like, when you kind of say, like, okay, so Angel and April are both going to kind of feed into whatever, like, I'm going to ask a question and then y'all both feel like wherever you want to jump in. But my first question is really in the mindset category. So let's really just talk about how and why this is even working, why Icon is kind of even possible for you at this point, which, let's be reminded, I think it's been out, what, a month now? Like maybe 4 weeks that it's even been, that all of us have even known about it. So what were you already focused on before Icon was announced that ended up qualifying you? And what is your why before Icon? Like, before Icon was even happening, like, what were you working towards? And then, like, kind of how were you focusing your business prior to Icon even being a thing? Okay, Angel, I'm going to ask you like that.
April and I are so much alike, and we talk probably 20 times a day. So I will say that if you're not leaning into your upline and leaning into your sponsor, that you're not going to go as far. Like, we feed off of each other pretty much all the time. But my why is all of the things that compliance flags us on and post, which is freedom to be at home with my kids more, and freedom to not be behind the chair. But in my previous business, just like April, it's me. Like, if I work, I excel. I don't have to rely on other people. I've never had to rely on other people. And that was really, really hard for me to realize, that I could build this team up and then they could just fall off the face of the earth. And so do I. And so I quickly realized that if I don't pour into who's under me and build them as I go, that I am going to fall flat on my face. And that did happen in November when I started in the last week of July and I hit Ruby in November. And I had 2 golds going for senior gold. And one of my golds went gold because she had a senior silver. That senior silver got pregnant. She fell off the face of the earth. My gold fell off the face of the earth. And then so did my points. So I realized quickly that I had to focus on the people under me. So I started different. And when Shanna and Megan, which is Shanna hit senior silver this past month, Megan was 8 points from senior silver last month. And we just couldn't pull it out. So we're trying for this month to get her senior silver. They started in December and January, and they hit the ground running. Shanna wanted to quit 17 times, and we wouldn't let her. And she was so close every time to the incentive of the month and fell short. And she was just like, I'm never going to win. I'm never going to win. And we keep preaching consistency. We keep preaching. We don't copy and paste. We are authentic. We tell our story. We remember why we started, who we were before we started. And we get, those are the people that we reach after, the people that were us beforehand. And so when Shanna started authentically posting, she started signing people, and she hit senior silver last month by the hair of her chinny chin chin, because it was 10:59. Uh-oh, my computer's wanting to die, but it was 10:59 Central Standard Time when she got that last order. So we were I didn't sleep that night. But as far as me signing people, I've never had a month like April did when she went Emerald and signed 44 people. I've never had one of those months. So signing people, sometimes it comes easy and sometimes it's not easy. So building my silvers has been my goal. Building the people under me to silver and me growing authentically with them has been my goal since November when I plummeted in December.
Angel, what's your why outside of like icons and incentives and all of that stuff? Like, what is your actual why with the business?
I would like to, I mean, my entire why is more income for my family so that I can retire both of us here. For Dennis to have a shop here and my kids to be here and me not to be tied to behind my chair, because I am self-employed and have been behind the chair for 25 years. I don't have a retirement plan like a lot of other people. So if I don't come up with, I really don't have a choice. Like, I can continue the path I'm on. I do make really, really good money as a hairstylist, but with the inflation since COVID and all the things, I don't have, I mean, I have a savings, but I don't have a nest egg for us to retire on. And so that is my why. And it's a pretty big why.
What, I was going to ask you a question. Okay. At what rank do you actually see yourself, like what income level do you see yourself actually stepping away from the chair or being able to like be a little pickier with your clients or be a little bit like, hey,
oh, I'm picky now. I'm
but
totally
like,
picky now.
What rank really allows you like freedom? Like, did Ruby allow you freedom? Like when you hit it, like, did it allow you to go? Okay.
Yeah. No, Ruby is not it. Emerald is my base. Emerald will be my base. And then, even monthly Emerald doesn't touch where I am now at the salon. So I would need to match where I'm at and start slowing down from there. I do have my 4-year-old is in a public school system that has a private school system that's K4 is terrible. And we have a public school system 5 minutes down the road with no after school. And I've really considered cutting back at the salon, which I'm scared financially. So that's been another push. Like, I gave myself a goal of hitting icon in July. We're still not there, but it's not over yet. So.
And you have one senior silver now already credited for icon. How many level 1s have you recruited since June 1st?
So I have 4 with 2 in the works of signing up, possibly 2 more, but you know how that goes. Like, they're ready and then all of a sudden you don't hear from them. And so I'm still working on them. So I could be at 8 for sure by sometime next week. And I'm hoping for the total 6, so that I can be at 10.
I mean, that's incredible. And then do you have someone that you're working on for your second senior silver right now?
Yeah, she was 8 points away last month.
Okay. So the goal is that she's going to hit that
That's
you'll almost have your 2 senior silvers before you have your, or right around the same time you have your 10 is
Oh
kind of like the
yeah.
hope
If
that you
we
have.
can, Megan, April and I are fixing to get with Megan in a group chat, and we're actually challenging our team now to go back to everybody in their back office, because she could hit seniors. She could probably hit gold if she went everywhere to everyone in her back office and had them reorder again.
So did anything about your strategy change when Icon came out? Like once you actually saw that was happening, did you go, like, did anything change in your strategy? I have some ideas, but did you like hear that announcement and go, oh, this is what I'm doing?
No, it lit a fire because I am very competitive, and a healthy competitive. So I knew I was going to do these things anyway, but putting a date on it and putting the August 31st and getting those credit points I earned the cruise last year, and I'm never not going to earn something that I can earn again. And so Icon, in my brain, Icon was a way to get to the next trip. And so
Yeah.
I said I had to put my focus in on my silvers, or the people that are trying to work the business.
So if you don't know Icon, if you hit Icon by August 31st, you are halfway to earning the Cancun trip for next February. You get 800 credits, which is halfway to like just kind of level 1 for Cancun's Rising Leaders Retreat. But here's an added like thought process is everyone you've added in June and July and August will probably count towards retention credits. Again, I have not seen the contest, but based on all the contests we've had for the last decade, they will start as retention credits in September. So as soon as September 1st hits and those orders start coming in with the 10 people that you've recruited or 15 people that you've recruited between June and August, then as soon as their orders hit, you start getting retention credits for them. So you're already getting credits without actually having to do new work. All you're having to do is hold on to customers. So holding on to the customers that you get in June, July, and August is a massive incentive to going ahead and already having like more happening. Does that matter? Does that make sense? In September, so you'll have 800, like Angel will start, the goal is to start September 1st with 800 Leaders Retreat credits, and that over the course of September, getting retention credits and more rank ups because they're already in like kind of a cycle of ranking people up to silver and senior silver, and that creates more golds and senior golds, which also counts for credit. So all of those things, all the work you're doing right now in the month of July should really transfer into Leaders Retreat credits in September. I'm guessing it'll be September, October, November, December, as I'm guessing what the contest is going to run. And then we're going to Moon Palace, I'm pretty sure, is the all-inclusive that I think we're going to in February. It's Moon Palace, right? Does that sound right to everybody? Anybody want to nod their head? Yes. Okay. I got some hot head nods. Okay. One of the things that I heard you say is I have to. And everyone listening, I just want to ask you, like, do you have I have to earn enough money to change my kids' school situation. I have to earn enough money that if my husband decides this job isn't for us, or tomorrow, which happened to me, between Sapphire and Dime, my husband lost his job. So luckily I'd already had the desire to build this business before that have to came up. But I just want to challenge y'all. Like, anybody else have a flat tire this summer, a refrigerator go out, have to like, get an electrician out to your house? I literally looked at my husband last night and said, my daughter's tile on her floor has got to be like, it's literally breaking in her bathroom floor. Like, anybody else have tos that maybe aren't retiring a husband, but they're like, our family I have to send my kid to college in a year. Like, does that make sense? Like, so you need to write down what your have tos are. And if you don't have one right now, I just want you to like think a little harder. Like, maybe you've played a little small. Maybe you've been like, I don't have a have to because I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to have something that drives me to have to get up every morning and get to work, because if I put that much pressure on myself, then I'm actually going to have to show up for this job every day, right? Okay. Angel, what does the icon structure, does it help you be more consistent reaching out to ranking up people versus just signing up customers? You mentioned the fact that April, who's an incredible recruiter and an incredible gatherer of customers, I don't know how she does it. I'm never going to understand it. That will never be how, how my business works. It's incredible to watch the amount of people that April could just be like, and you're doing plexus, and you're doing plexus, and we're all doing it together. But did it change how you showed up in rank ups, and not just gathering customers, but also in going, oh, I'm going to have all these people ranking up when they come in? Did that change at all?
Yes, because just like I have to make this business work, in my mind, I have to get to icon the quickest as possible so that I have my team feel like they can do it and they can succeed at it. So I feel like if I can get there and get myself out of the way, then I can push them to continue and give them the hope that they can do it too. Because a lot of them, they want it, but they're like, oh, I can't do that. And they really can. And so I want to give them the encouragement that they can. So I feel like I'll put that pressure on myself. I have to get this.
I I mean, you you're a dream person to have on anybody's team, because I mean, all of us, everybody listening, if you had the ability to find someone that's like, I have to make this work, I will run through walls and over, leap tall buildings and whatever to make this work. Like, those are the people you want to work with. Like, Angel, you're a dream to even like have, because you actually probably, and I'm going to ask April this question. Like, April, I would guess that Angel has challenged you a little bit in how do you show up as a leader, that she's like, okay, how am I going to make this happen? And you're like, well, let's see. And like, you kind of have to lead at that point. When you have someone that's showing up saying, I have to make this work, you have to help me, you know, hit these goals for my, like Angel's wanting it for her family. And so, April, there's a little bit of pressure on you to actually come up with a leadership structure to say, okay, Angel, let's do this together. I don't want to fail you, and I want to make sure I've provided everything. So, April, I want to ask about that, but also, what mindset do you see outside of Angel that's holding other people back?
So, like Angel said, we are a lot alike, and sometimes that could be a bad thing, but somehow it's been a good thing here. And I think we both, and Angel's not my level one, she's actually my level two. So I would just like to encourage you guys, like whoever that person is that you connect with, it doesn't have to be your direct upline. And if you're like in my position, reach down to those people who you see the potential in and pull them up. But Angel is just, and she knows this, it's not a secret. Her biggest obstacle is herself sometimes. And I have to be the one to be like, okay, have your moment, and then we're going to move on and focus on the things that you are good at. And so right now, Angel is a visionary, and she has like big, huge plans for a lot of things. But right now, like our team is really digging into in-person events. And so one of the things that we are using, and she said this earlier too, like we're both used to, it's just been us. Like we set a goal, we hit it, we don't have to depend on other people. And y'all mentioned my recruiting. Like, yes, I can recruit customers all day long, but it's taking myself out of the equation and helping other people grow and helping other people recruit and grow their own teams, which has been my biggest challenge as a leader because I've never been a leader. And so what Icon has helped me do and helped me help Angel do is we have to show other people how to add non-customers. Like that's part of it. So it can't just be me. I have to switch that approach to, like, I've only added 4 people in this contest, and I've added 0 people this month. And it's hard for me, like it's actually painful because I'm so used to recruiting. But what I've been focusing on the last since we got home from convention is who on my team outside of Angels, and Megan Humphreys is Angel's upline. So outside of Megan's leg, I've got to focus on these other legs. And so I just feel like, as far as the mindset goes, it's as a leader, if you can speak into people what you see in them and tell them things about them that they may not believe, but that you see. If you can get someone to believe what you see in them, you're going to start to see them really show up in a way that they probably didn't even know was possible. And I think, we know this and we've heard this, since the beginning of our plexus journeys, wherever we are. Like mindset is such a huge part of this, and it can make or break you. And so I think just to, one thing that and having someone like me and Angel on the same team who are both self-starters, who are both like really heavy recruiters and really I don't want to use the word aggressive, but maybe aggressive. That can be intimidating to other people on your team who aren't that. And so being very cognizant as a leader that we're not all the same, and just because you don't want to, kill yourself 100% of the time, you can still fit in here and we can still reach your goals. So it's very important to meet those people where they are each month and say, okay, where are you? What do you want out of this month? And give me permission to meet you there. So many times on our team, we'll have to say, hey, we're giving you options. We're giving you things to do. Don't feel overwhelmed by it. Grab what you want to grab, do what you want to do, but know that like we're here. So I think just being aware of where people are, speaking into them, what you see in them, and then just encouraging people to show up. I mean, I use the term, and I talked to Andrea about this probably about a month ago, like being a leader in this capacity feels a lot like mental babysitting a lot. And it can be taxing on you. So really just lean into your upline. I don't know. I'll keep talking, so you have to cut me off.
Okay, let's talk action items. Okay, you are a really great recruiter, and Angel is going to hit 10 by the end of the month, right? So that's a massive amount of recruiting. If you say 4 people last month and 6 people this month, that's really huge. Where are you actually finding these people? I heard you say something about in-person events, but like if you actually go back, April, over the course of your business, which we're coming up on what, 2 years in November? I think it'll be 2 years. Is Where would you say most of your people have come from? How have you find them? Like, if you were talking to the 18 of us on this call, plus all the, people that are going to listen to the recording, where would you say that most of your just VIPs have come from?
Facebook and posting consistently. I mean, I don't know if everyone knows my history, but I've been in some type of social selling for probably about 14 or 15 years. I'd sold LuLaRoe for like 3 or 4 years, and then I had my own online clothing boutique. So I was already pretty active on social media, but I never crossed my business with my personal. So Plexus is the first thing I've ever put on my personal. So yes, I did have algorithms connected to my name because my business page was in my name, but I really kind of had to grow that personal side of it. And honestly, I've never cold messaged someone and said, hey, have you ever heard of Plexus? Are you interested in trying? I've never, not one time. Every single customer that I have has come to me from a post that I've made. And I've always tried to post in a way that is not, here's a graphic, try my triplex, but
I can tell you why she signed them.
Okay.
She signed them because she's real and she shares a life that people want. That when she started Plexus, I was in Optavia, and she was wanting to lose weight, deep puff. She was like, what am I going to do? And she started sharing Plexus. For those that don't know, 10 years ago, I was under Lindsay Robinson. So I was under L Rob, and I quit. I was young, dumb, naive, all the things. And so I'm like, oh, here it comes, making its comeback. I'm fixing to hide her because I don't want to see this. Not kidding. But she shares authentically to who she is. She posts real life stuff. She talks about her anxiety, whether we get flagged or not. She talks about being a stay-at-home mom, working this full time. She shows a life that people want and people trust her. And that's why she signs people, because she's not a chat GPT copy and paste. She's not going to the group and finding out what everybody else posted and posting it. She is real, and that's why she's sharing her life, which is what we teach our team.
See, you kind of need someone else to speak into you too, right? I really think if every single one of y'all went to your customers and said, why did you join me? Like what about my post? I bet most of it is going to be that. It's going to be a like, no trust factor of, I like April. Okay. I feel like I know her because she shared about her life for a really long time. And I trust her because she always will tell me what she likes and what she doesn't like about things. So there's a like, no trust factor. And I want to ask you, if you look back at your social media over the last week, 4 weeks, 2 months, would you say that that you have encouraged a like, no trust factor? And not just in your stories, which disappear and they're gone, And like, I had to message a friend and be like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden I saw your story and you said this. So I think I've missed like 2 days worth of information. Like, what are you sharing that's evergreen, that's staying on your Facebook or your Instagram, where people can go and really find out who you are, and not just how you show up in your stories every day. Okay, April, most of those people, are they showing up? Are they like, you're posting and you're sending a link and they're like, hey, I'm all in? Or is it almost every single time, is it starting a conversation? And then that conversation takes a while.
Yeah, it's always a conversation. So they'll, I do post call to actions in my, like if you're ready, like send me a message, let's have a conversation, whatever. And so sometimes people will comment there, or they'll send me a message, or sometimes people just show up and they're like, I've been following you, I'm ready to order. And I'm like, I had no idea, because they've never commented. I've seen them in real life and they've never said anything. But we do have like we use the Candida chart. That's how we start our conversation with people, because it's very eye-opening. And we have them tell us what on the chart that they struggle with. And then we just start a conversation. And um, sometimes people order right then. And sometimes I have customers that I talked to for 9 months before they ordered. Every time when I first started, and Angel and I talk about this a lot, like when things are going really fast, we're so happy. But when things are slow, we're like, we don't know what to do with our hands. And so when someone reaches out to me, I write their name down and I know that is a customer. I don't know when, but that's going to be a customer. And I bet if I went back and look at my list, it's probably over 90% of the people who've ever reached out to me at some point order. And that's because I keep posting. I post to their objections. And this is something Angel really talks about a lot in our team. If somebody tells you they can't afford it, that needs to be your next post. If somebody tells you, I don't know why your probiotic is better than someone else's or what I could get from Costco, that's your next post. And you keep speaking to that person.
That is the best way to get posting content, is if you are thinking, if you've had a conversation with Lisa across the street and she's like, oh, I just can't afford it. Every single day you should be talking about either someone's story about how they said they couldn't afford it and then this is their new story, or why it's cost, effective and not cost prohibitive. Like, you should be talking about every day. And if, so and so says I don't have enough time for it, then you talk about all the mamas and why this is actually giving them time freedom and it's actually not a problem for their time. And then you talk about the comparison of, oh, well, my kid already takes a hydration product. And then you start doing comparison charts. Like, if you list out 5, 10, 20 objections, that's literally your posting content right there. And you're doing it in such a way that's attractive to the person that is actually having that concern. So I think that is genius. And I've always said, like, oh, so and so is, a doctor, and they think that they're too good for this. Like, go find a doctor's testimonial. There's Thomas Hemingway right there. You go say, I have a doctor who has a video about why this is so important. Anybody want to see it? Like, you're literally talking to your objections at all times, and that will build your belief.
And another thing that helps with is when you have that objection in the future, if you already have that as a post, you can say, hey, I actually made a post about this a couple of weeks ago. Can I send it to you? And then you send them the post and it gives you that, we've already had this.
Or you tag them in it so that it re-ups your post on Facebook for other people to see.
And I will tell you guys,
oh, that one person, she's tagging them. Oh, okay. They're kind of like, they're checking this out. Like, you're publicly in a way, kind of calling them out of like, oh, she just tagged Angel in a hairdresser post. Like, okay, that means Angel must be kind of interested in this. I'm going to watch this too, just kind of see what's going on. Like, it's a public call out sometimes in a good way.
And I want to clarify something I did say earlier, and I have never reached out to someone to ask them to purchase Plexus, but I always follow up. So if someone reaches out to me, that door is open forever until they tell me, please leave me alone. And I think I've had maybe 2 people ever tell me like, I'm never going to order quick. And I still don't. I'm just like, okay, but you might still.
I'm like, and then that was Julia Carty. I'm never going to do this. Please don't talk to me. If you ever talk to me about Plexus again, we're never going to, we were literally at play dates and she's like, I will hang out with you every week if you promise not to talk to me about Plexus. I was like, all right.
And there's a statistic on follow-ups that Julia shares a lot in our team, and I can find it and post it to the table, but it's something insane, y'all. It's something like only like 10% of people will not follow up past the 4th time. And 80% of sales happen from, what is it? You're muted. It's something crazy.
Yeah, you're right about that, but I'm saying it takes 7 to 8 reaches to get someone. So if you don't follow up past the 4,
Well,
they're
and
going to sign up with somebody.
so like only 10% of people are willing to follow up like 4 times. And then like 80% of sales happen between the 6th and the 10th follow-up. So you have 80%, you have like 20% of the people getting 80% of the sales because they're the only ones willing to do it. It's really a eye-opening statistic.
Well, and let's just be really honest. How many times do you have to see something on Instagram before you buy it? Because I literally am like, I mean, y'all, this, okay, stupid thing I bought on Instagram the other day that I just got in the mail. It's like, makes your chin tight. I must have seen these for like weeks and I'm like, fine, I'll buy them. We'll see if they work. Obviously, I haven't even opened them yet.
Okay, so in with that, only 1% of your following sees a Facebook post. So if you feel like you are sharing too much, you're not. So whoever sees it today is not going to see it tomorrow. And in July, when April went emerald, when I tell you she posted the same thing 17 times almost a day, she did. I didn't see every one of them, but when I went back, I don't need pink drink. Thank you.
Well, and that's another thing too. A lot of people, like, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. I mean, you are, but that's okay because you're saying it to different people. And it's actually okay to go back to an old post that was really successful and repurpose it. Like you had a post 6 months ago that was good, repost it with a different picture and change some of the words up. A lot of the thing too, and Angel and I are the same in this, we really don't care what people think about how much we post. Sometimes I'll get in my head and be like, maybe I'm being super annoying. And then I'm like, almost immediately, I'm like, but why? Why do I care? Because, you know, do I believe in what we have? Yes. Do I believe in the products? Yes. Do I believe in the business? Yes. And if I don't share it, somebody else may, and they may join somebody else's team. So, um, you know, if once you can move yourself out of the way and you can get to that moment that Andrea was talking about, like, I have to, like, what's your have to? You really just show up differently. I don't know. What we have here is very special. And, if we could kind of like pull back the curtains a little bit and show people how social media can really be different. They say it all the time in Plexus, like we do it the way it rarely is ever done, but the way it should be done. But like, are we showing up authentically, or are we showing up posting graphics and images and come join my team? And have you ever heard of Plexus? Like, the human brain is going to shut down when it feels like it's being sold to. But if you can approach someone in like, you know, and I've started something recently that I've never done before, and that's thanking likes on my post and thanking people for commenting my post. I told Angel I would never do that. It's so creepy and weird. But it's like, here's an example. My anxiety post a couple weeks ago got like 100 comments, likes, all the things. I went through and messaged 48 different people saying, I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you taking the time to comment on that. Sometimes I wonder if I overshare, and people encouraging me like you did shows me people need to hear it. That's all I said. And that has started so many conversations. So if you authentically reach out to someone and thank them, you're not like, hey, thanks for liking my Plexus post. Do you want to buy from me? That's not what we're talking about. Like, getting in real authentic conversations every day, eventually those people, not only is it going to start showing your post to those people more because you're in their inbox and you're having a conversation, but they're going to start to trust you because you're acting like a human being. And like, I know she sells Plexus. Why is she not trying to sell it to me? And then they're going to start feeling, they're going to trust you more. When they have a problem, they're going to come to you because they already trust you.
Okay, so we talked about customers. How are y'all having the conversations with your VIPs about going silver or just helping, like getting started? Like, how many of us are like, oh, she would just share why she's taking Plexus? It would be a game changer because everybody would want to do it if she was doing. Elle talked about someone, I think just a minute ago, that you were like, if as soon as she like reaches out to everybody in her, back office, like she's going gold. Like, how do you get the people that are like, I just want to try it for a while and see if I like it, see if there's any changes, or I don't really share that much, I don't want to sell it. How are you having that conversation of getting people from customer to sharer? Either one of you.
You want me to answer it? I know you were being distracted by your little one. So I think it's important to like pay attention to, like, if your customer just got started and they send you a picture of themselves with their pink drink and they're so excited about it, that is a huge opportunity to say, well, you should post that. Like,
I
are you
start
doing?
there. I start
Yeah.
there. I actually, when I sign someone up, I'm like, take a picture of your box when you get it in and send me a text so I know how to start you. Take a picture, send me a picture of you with your pink drink, a selfie, and then that's where we start.
But then also you'll have people that are like, every customer doesn't do this, but if you have two customers in a month that's like, oh my gosh, I feel so good, XYZ, this happened. Hey, you should post that. And then if they're like, I don't know, I'm not good at social media or I'm not a salesperson, you don't have to be. Just post it. And if somebody's interested, I'll help you. Y'all, we had this happen last month and it was a little insane. Actually, okay, so I had a customer, not my customer, she was my level 3, who replied to my project broadcast saying she was going to quit because she couldn't afford it. And I was like, you know what? You've been loving it. Why don't you let me help you make a post and we'll just see what happens? It's not a lot of work. We do it all for you. Y'all, that woman had us in 25 conversations from her one post. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I know I said it wasn't going to be a lot of work, but this is not normal. This doesn't normally happen. And so my point is like, look for the opportunity to ask them. I've never had a customer that I asked to make. So on months that I'm trying, like when I went Emerald, I had several happy customers that I said, would you make a post for me? I'll write it for you. Take a picture of yourself with a pink drink. And if anybody's interested, I'll help them. Like, look for those opportunities with happy customers. Um, you know, I've been doing some different trainings lately, and one of the ones is um, it's made me feel a little bit relieved because I get torn between, do I post about my business? Do I post about our products? But we know our ideal business partner is our ideal customer. So if we focus on them and help them see, like, you don't have to sell. You can make a post, and if you add 3 people, that's $300. And you can leave it right there because then that's not making them feel like you're pressuring them to be on your team. But what's going to happen is once they see how simple it really is, the people are naturally going to come out of those people who are self-starters who want more, margin and who end up joining your team.
Most of my people are, their objections is always money. So that's where I start them. And the last the last 3 VIPs, they don't have, they haven't signed, but like 1 or 2 people, they haven't gone silver yet. But my thing is there's 3 ways to do this. You can refer me somebody and I'm going to give you a $10 credit for every person that signs up. You can sign 3, decide you don't want to work the business, and those will be my people. I will check on them, but you're going to start a group. He's drinking pink drink. And or 3, you decide once you sign those 3 up that you can decide to work this business and I will help you hand in hand. So I give them the option right up front. We talk about the business. April started doing this too. We talk about the business up front with people, whether that before they sign up or after. Like, I know money's an issue, so I want you to get the products in. Let's talk about the products. Send me people or whatever. We've even started working on message groups, and if we ever have success with it, we're going to share that. But like, talking about the business up front is how we're doing that part of it.
I love it. How are you helping people on your team actually see Icon as something that they can do? So not just that Icon is for, like, emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds, or even top level people, but how are you actually having the conversation with your, silvers and senior silvers that they can hit Icon just as easily? If not, I actually think it's easier. I'm gonna say this, and this is, I don't know if everybody believes it, but I think it's easier to go Icon as a brand new ambassador than it is to go when you've been doing this for 11 years. Like, everyone's like, oh, you're going to hit Icon. I'm like, with what 10 new people that haven't heard me talk about it for a decade? So I just think the senior silver part, yes, should be easier as you move up in the ranks because you should have done this so many times that you can help someone go senior silver in your sleep. I say should, that's not actually how it works. And I know that from firsthand experience, but I will say it is harder to get 10 new customers that longer you've been doing this. So how are you having that conversation with your and people on your team to help them see Icon? I mean, they're coming in as brand ambassadors, going silver, and you're going, hey, Icon's right around the corner. Like, are you talking about the incentives around it? Are you talking about the Cancun trip? Like, what are you kind of like, how are you talking to them about Icon?
So I like to break it down. Like I was just having this conversation with one of my silvers last week. Like senior silver is only 9 orders in 1 month. So you have about 3 every month right now. So, if we're talking about till December, it makes it a lot easier. But even if you wanted to hit it by the end of August, so let's add 3 new customers for you this month. So that's going to be 6. And then next month, if we get all 6 of them to order again and you add 3 more, you've hit senior silver. And she was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty doable. So getting her to senior silver and then showing her how we can now take your new customers or your current customers and help them do the same thing. I think breaking it down when, it forces you to like show someone. And so how do you do that? So we've been hosting in-person events, and I invited all of my local people who aren't really growing to the event to invite their people, and then hosting online chat events where we're helping them share the products and the business with people. And I think it's just showing how to do those things over and over and eat the elephant, one bite at a time.
Angel, how are you having a conversation with your people about, like, are you actually talking to them directly about Icon? Or are you talking to them more about just ranking up and like more just our business of like, hey, you add 3, you help someone go silver. Like, are you doing it more the way we've always done it, or are you throwing Icon in the mix?
I'm doing it like we always did. Icon is a product of doing what we're supposed to do. And so I'm not overwhelming them, because when you throw so much at someone, they can shut down on you. So we're just going to keep on keeping on. April has created a board for our team, and it is broke down. Hi, he is about tapped out of me being
It's fine.
quiet.
It's fine.
It's broke down on how to send new texts to people that ask. So like when they post, when they have somebody, we send them this board. They know exactly what to say to somebody, so they're not overwhelmed in signing people up. We are big on the 3-way text, and we just keep working the business the way we were prior to. And we throw in Icon, like we talk about it, but we don't, that's not, I mean, that could be an end goal, but that's not our end goal. Like,
You use
just
Icon
grow.
as a stepping stone,
Yes,
basically.
that.
So you want to grow your business, and senior silver is a benchmark rank in Plexus. And if we do all these things and we get you to Icon, that is going to get you one step closer to the Cancun trip. But it's also, action creates momentum. So if we jump in and we participate in Icon and we grow you and we get through this program, and then we're going to roll right into the leaders retreat, what's happening is not only are you earning these incentives, but you're also growing your business, which is the ultimate goal. And so it's basically just using it as an outline to get you through those steps. And then the goal obviously would be like, these people are gold by December. Like if you're pushing for Icon and you're pushing for leaders retreat, there's no reason why every single person couldn't be gold by December.
Which, I mean, when all of your people are gold, then that, like, if you have a bunch of gold level 3s, and that means you have a bunch of senior gold and ruby level 2s, and that means you have a whole bunch of senior, ruby, senior ruby, level 1s, and that pushes you automatically to that emerald, sapphire, diamond rank, and it already has you set up to be a star diamond. Like if, at that point, when you actually hit the diamond rank, then you have 3 legs that are all that emerald rank, because they're all doing the things. It's so it all. The amazing thing about Icon is it goes right alongside our comp plan. It's not in competition with our comp plan. It's literally like you do it as you're actually earning the money. Okay, I love this question. If you could go back and coach yourself 6 months ago, what would you say about starting this business, or even like 2 years ago, like whenever you started? Like, if you could go back and coach yourself from the beginning, what are some things that you would tell yourself, like week 1, month 1?
Angel, you want to go? Okay. What I would do, and I was so hesitant to talk about the business, y'all. I could talk about the products, I could recruit customers all day long, but it scared me to death, number one, to have a team. And number two, like to talk about the business, because I always had this They just asked me about the products. The last thing they want me to do is talk to them about joining my network marketing. Like I didn't want to sound sleazy. So I struggled. I'd never talked about it. The people who joined my team in the beginning, they came to me. I mean, I had one, Holly Hazard, who's my friend, who's a pharmacist. When she ordered products, I said, "You're working the business with me." She's the only one that I like. Well, that's not true. Megan Humphreys. I was like, "Can you please take your product so you can sell this? Because I know you'll be great." But I wish I wouldn't have been so hesitant in the beginning. I heard someone say this. I think it was Jessica. How do you say her last name? Hugendorf? How do you
Oh,
say
Hugendorn.
Hugendorf? She said, we have two products that we offer people. One are the products, two is the business. Like it is something we have to offer people. And when I started changing the way I felt about talking about the business, it doesn't feel weird to me and it doesn't sound weird the way I say it because I believe in it. And your energy is contagious. So when I'm talking to someone about products, before I even sign them up, before I even tell them the price of the products, just so you know, as soon as you order, you're going to get a referral link. And it's just like any other company that pays you for referrals, except Plexus pays really, really well. So you can actually get three people to do this with you and they'll pay you over $300. Like I go ahead and say that in the conversation. I had a girl that came to me from a friend of mine and I knew she was a teacher. And I said, "Oh my gosh." Like she's like, "I want to talk to you about Plexus." I was like, "Oh my gosh, Allison told me you're a teacher. You should totally work this business. Teachers do amazing." Like before I even talked about the products to her, she's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds awesome." So not everyone's going to say yes, but my point is I wish that I would have had more confidence in sharing the business opportunity in the beginning because my hesitance to it, like you can tell that. So when I would talk about it, it was like, "I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm supposed to say this," kind of thing.
Like this, I'm checking a box. I actually have to tell you about the business. So I'm gonna check that business box. Okay, Angel, what are some things that you would tell yourself differently? And by the way, I do not care if kids are talking on a Zoom. It does not phase me in the least. So
Well, I'm
bring it on.
12 months in next week. So 6 months is only halfway through my journey since I started. And it goes back to being more consistent with my downline, the people that came to me. They all came to me and told me they wanted to work. Now, in the last, I would say 3 to 4 months is when April and I have started talking the business to people right up front. Because past that, I just let people come to me. But building my downline, getting them, trying to get them to silver, senior silver, and gold so that they stay with me. Because if they fall, I fall. And I can sign people and recruit people all day long, but if my business builders aren't building, then I'm dead in the water.
Yeah. I will say finding people, and it takes a lot, y'all. I'm talking in 11 years, I've had 4 level 1 jewels. So it's not easy. It's not simple. I mean, look how many star diamonds we have. We have people who've gone to the top of the company, and I think we have 30, maybe 32 people that have 3 or more legs of like jewels. So it is rare, but like that's what you do. It's a numbers game. Is who all is in your back office? Who's going to go silver a lot? Who's going to go senior silver a little less? Who's going to go gold less than that? But who's going to go ruby? A couple of them. Who's going to go senior ruby? Who's going to stick through senior ruby and hit emerald and then hold and maintain emerald and continue to grow past that? But the thing is, like, you have to present it to everyone. Some people will only ever want to hit silver, hit their $300 and stay for a little while. I have people who are silver, gold, senior gold, I mean, up to senior ruby, who've been just buying the products for 12 years. Like they're just like they signed some people up. They kind of had some success, at the beginning or a few years ago, but they're not willing to let go of the products and they're not willing to let go of that residual income. I have so many people that haven't posted about Plexus in 5 years that make $500 to $1,000 a month because of work that they did, for 5 years ago. And I'm so grateful for them. And then I have people underneath them that are like, "Hey, can I reach up and talk to you and you help me do this business? Because the person I signed up with isn't interested in building a business right now, but I am. And can you help me?" And the answer is yes. They're a connector to people that still want to do that business. And so that's a massive part of it too. I just think, are you sitting here right now saying, "I don't have anybody, nobody's showing up in my inbox the way they are with April"? Have you shown up on their social outside of Plexus? Where are you actually growing a relationship with people on social media? It does not mean you have to be, your face doesn't have to show up every single day, but what are you passionate about? What do you need to coach people on or train people on or teach people about or speak into? There are so many different things out there. So I want to challenge you. Things that April and Angel have said today is they showed up. There's consistency. There's intentionality with social media. There is um, ability to have conversations with people. And when they feel stuck, they have someone. I mean, April mentioned, like she mentioned We Talk. April's my level 7, I think. Like We Talk. She reaches up. She's like, hey, Jessica's doing this and Julia's gallivanting around Europe and all these things are happening. So, hey, can I just reach out and ask you a question? Yes. Because we're all like, if I'm showing up on a call with you every Monday, I promise I'm showing up all week long for whatever it is that you need. I mean, Jill and I just had lunch, a couple of months ago when Jill was in town. Like we're available to each other. We truly want every single person on this team to grow, but you can only reach out to your audience. I cannot reach, like Julie, I cannot reach out to your audience. I have no access to them. So you have to reach out. And then when you get stumped, then there are people to help you like get over that hump or break through that wall or, break down a barrier or a mindset. But you have to show up really big consistently. And then people will start to message you and be like, okay, I keep seeing you show up. You keep talking really, energetically and authentically about Vital Biome. I want to understand a little bit more about what you do. And people still 12 years later ask me, explain to me the pink drink. Like, I don't know that I haven't not ever had a month in 11 or 12 years that I haven't talked about this, but you need me to, I'll explain it again. Here we go. And so I promise you, people just want you to fix their problem. They don't know, they don't care what all the things you have on your shelves or your sleep gummies or whatever. If they don't think this can fix a problem for them, they aren't listening. The second you start talking about ways that you're going to fix a problem for them, their ears will perk up and they'll lean in and they'll go, okay, tell me a little bit more about what you're talking about. Show up today in the products. I want everyone that's listening to this to make a business post. What part of the freedom, what part of Angel's story, what part of April's story, what part of your sponsor story or your personal story like speaks into freedom and I have to's. Make a
But
post
don't
about.
use the word freedom.
Yes, I literally made a note to myself when you said that at the beginning to talk to compliance. Say, I want you to write an attractive, compliant-friendly post about freedom. Like I want compliance to do it. So I'm going to go ask them to do it today. But what you're actually asking, what you're actually posting about is this is how I can show up. I have to. Here's my I have to story. Like do an I have to story today. I have to show up because I have a kid going to college in a year. I have to show up because I have to be able to pay for a babysitter when we leave to leave Ella somewhere. I have to show up because my husband's franchise doesn't make money yet. I have to, like why do you have to show up today? And so like why like do you have to or get to or whatever duplex this? And I want to challenge you to do a post about that in some way, shape, or form today. You don't have to do it in those words. Do it in a way that comes authentically from you. Thank you so much, ladies. We are all cheering you both on to Icon. I want to see some graphics at the end of the month. That team is going to blow up. I can't wait.
Thanks for having us.
I love cheering y'all on. So, okay, here we all go. We're going to go have those conversations. Talk to y'all later.